strong cause to be the best bottom lane duo in the world.
And that is a tough thing to say when you're up against Mata and Uzi, but look, I'm not going to disagree with him by any means. Mouse, he's starting to step up to the plate, and Scout, he was already there. His first week has been impressive ever since he has still shown up and performed.
And you know, Pond is back on the bench now, so they do have their all-star mid laner in the roster, but they're still choosing to field Scout, and I honestly don't blame them.
No, I think Scout's been playing well, and let's be honest, they've got Coral as well sitting in that sub role. And as far as subs are concerned, that is just absurd.
Stacked lineup.
EDG are absolutely stacked. And the way Mouse and Scout are performing, the way the Deft and Meiko are overperforming, and clearlove is still here to play. I think this is a strong team to say the least. And it may not be Game Talent's ultimate test, but between RNG and EDG, they're the two best teams in the LPL by a large margin. And I would expect to see them come out guns blazing.
Well, a couple of their fans in the crowd want them to be the champions here, but they've got to take down this giant of a team, and it's going to be Game Talents, the surprising new team. The hybrid between M3 and EPA have taken the rift by storm, I should say, and that's with GimGoon up in the top lane, wushuang up in the jungle. He's been a fantastic jungle for the lineup. Republic stepping up in the mid lane. PentaQ and Savoki have been dominating that bottom lane as well for the Game Talents lineup, and they have been a surprising team to look at.
They definitely have been. Of course, the addition of PentaQ and Savoki, you wouldn't say make a lot of waves in terms of performance, but they absolutely have, as they've always been the shining light of what was M3 prior to this situation that they are now in. GimGoon was also a standout top laner. Republic was never really spoken of too highly, but he's definitely come into his own and found MVP 3 times on this team's victories.
He's stepped up.
Absolutely has stepped up. And really, like, we can talk about the rest of the team of GT all we want. That jungle role is everything to me because he is the sole contributor to their victories.
You know, let's talk about that jungle matchup very quickly. wushuang up against clearlove in the jungle. This is something we talked about briefly before this match because, you know, there's a little bit of similarities in playstyles, but differences as well. Like, take us through this one, Rusty, because it's interesting.
So you have to start with EDG and think about this. Like, clearlove has 2 different styles. There's dark clearlove and there's light clearlove, as they have been coined. And of course, light clearlove means farm heavy, win the map, take towers, win with your team, do very standard League of Legends jungling things. And then there's dark clearlove, which is kill you and your team and everybody that you can find on Summoner's Rift that is within 2 screen lengths of clearlove is probably dead. And that is the dark clearlove that we very rarely see. But that's also just wushuang. And that's the cool thing about this is dark clearlove, if we see him fight, if wushuang turns up to party and just starts trying to invade, they could just meet each other. And what I'm imagining is that clearlove's just going to draw a line on the map at his side of the jungle, may even extend the line to the river, and say that if you meet me here at all, I'm just going to fight you for it.
Well, let's see if these 2 junglers take onto the rift and immediately start fighting one another as we head into Champion Select for the final best of 3 series tonight. But it's going to be game number 1 between Edward Gaming and Game Talents. And already we can see Ekko and Vladimir have been banned out by EDG, whereas Nidalee and Caitlyn have been taken away by Game Talents.
Not too bad of a ban. Phase anyway out of EDG. They've already got rid of the Vladimir. I don't blame them for that. The Caitlyn as well from Deft is like massive respect ban. Caitlyn is a fantastic champion right now. Suits the patch, suits the meta. But that particular ban, very targeted when Lucian's on the board.
Well, we saw in the game between EDG and IG how effective Deft was on Caitlyn. In fact, they removed that from the team composition in game number 2, and IG just completely turned things around. So, big respect ban to the lineup. Ryze being banned out on the blue side from EDG. This is an interesting one. Normally you see it as a forced red side ban. And that means that Kindred is going to be banned out by Game Talents.
Yeah, so with the Kindred and the Nidalee ban, leaves open one jungler that you always want to have.
Rek'Sai is going to be picked up by EDG. That's going to be played by clearlove.
Yeah, so it's a very easy pickup. Of course, the tank jungle that is going to be, as you know, Mouse thinks he's a jungler right now.
He's been playing a little bit too much solo queue.
Change those summoner spells reactively.
Okay.
No, it is clearlove's Rek'Sai. Mouse is just having a laugh.
Well, you never
Response
know.
is here.
But now though, Game Talents, they've locked in Lucian and Karma, so they've already got their bottom lane sorted out.
Yeah, Karma very strong at the moment, as is Lucian. As far as I'm concerned, that is probably the most optimal bottom lane. I wouldn't be surprised to see like a Sivir response perhaps on the flip side from EDG. Very similar concepts out of most AD carries at the moment. is either support your team, facilitate your team, or do a lot of damage.
Oh, it took away the smite. It's gone back to his teleport. Rip the dream. It is going to be the Braum and Azir pickup coming in from EDG. So not showing too much of their hand. They are first pick, which means that the last pick will go on over towards game talents. Means there's no reason to really hide your mid laner just yet. So pick up the Azir, obviously favouring that over the Viktor.
I mean, what we do know is that as far as Azir players are concerned, Scout is top tier. Like, that guy is a top percent Azir player. You rarely actually want to see him just freely pick up that Azir as you would please, but given the bans, their focus is elsewhere and alleviates that pressure in the middle lane.
Meanwhile, we're actually going to see Republic lock in the Viktor for himself, and Gragas is going to be the jungler of choice for game talent. So wushuang is going to pick the one up over Graves. A little bit surprising.
Yeah, he's got that preference towards the Graves, so very surprisingly, as you said. And we'll see that one.
Swain is also left up and available here. Was not banned out or picked just yet, and that's one of the top tier picks that we normally see. Game talents could try and pick that as their final pickup.
They could, as could EDG, honestly, and put it in the top lane. Lots of possibilities. I know that Mouse has a tendency towards the Trundle and the Ekko, though. I mean, one of them banned, only one left. GimGoon still having the counter pick, though. Means that it's risky.
Deft has been going back to Ezreal quite a few times. Let's see if he locks that one in. And, you know, they have a very cheeky play when they pick up the Ezreal. And we'll get a little bit more into that. They execute it in game one here. But it is going to be the Ezreal lock-in as well as a Trundle. So Mouse opting to pick up the top lane Trundle here. Now, I have a feeling Game Talents might respond to this one with a Swain.
With a Swain, yeah.
And then we'll get the Trundle-Swain matchup.
It is entirely possible, absolutely. The Swain does fine in that matchup. Still, he could go for anything he wants, GimGoon. You noticed his summoner spells indicate this particular hover.
Could definitely be the pick. I have to wait and see what Game Talents decide to lock in as their champion of choice. So I have the last pick, you know, they always have the option of flexing the Gragas into the top lane.
I'd prefer a Maokai, I think, personally. Just looking at the team of EDG and what GT have. The Fizz is nice, like backline threat. Absolutely, it's very hard to kill him. He does a lot of damage. Yep. And then Maokai actually would be invaluable with the ultimate.
Well, Fizz is being considered here, and it actually should be the lock-in for Game Talents. We're not going to see the Swain against Trundle matchup up at the top lane. Instead, we are going to get a Fizz taking onto the Rift.
Yeah.
And no Ignites coming out of GimGoon here. He's actually sticking with Flash for now, so no Ignite teleport Fizz.
Everyone has their preferences, and from what I've seen, the Ignite hasn't really done much so far. The Flash has actually been quite important for these guys. Especially as we have early lane swaps and people keep getting caught out of position as we can see clearlove pulling a face.
Is that light or dark clearlove, Rusty?
That is just clearlove. Is what that is. Yeah, finished team compositions here, and Game Talents, they didn't opt towards the Maokai option, they didn't opt towards the Swain. They want to get onto your backline and blow them the heck up with that Lucian, Viktor, Gragas, Fizz.
Well, let's see if they can do that. As they've picked out a very solid team composition, you know, lots of champions that would be comfortable on a team lineup, for both teams even. The Trundle pick up at the top lane for now surprised me a little bit over all the other picks.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a Mouse champion. He's comfortable with it. May as well do what works for you. Remember, whilst performing well in this top lane, he's not a top lane extraordinaire. He still needs to come out into his own right, maybe grow that champion pool. We'll see how it goes.
Well, let's see what he can do in game number one as we head on to the Rift for game one between EDG and Game Talents. And we are on to the Rift for the third series of tonight, but the first game in the best of three series between Edward Gaming and Game Talents. This is a top of the table clash in Group A here. You know, pretty surprised to say that one more time.
It's going to be more so when you say top of the table clash, you mean a discovery match where we find out if Game Talents are actually top of the table.
You know, I feel bad for Game Talents because, you know, every single game they played so far is like, oh, this is their true test. And then next week's like, no, this is the real true test, guys. You know, the IG was just, you know, a fake out. Now it's EDG.
Yeah, well, this is still an equally important game, if not more important than the rest. Beating EDG has the bragging rights. That's 2 quick wards. GG. Pack it up.
1 CS for both the Azir and the Braum. They were ahead by 20 gold, so, you know, EDG firmly in the lead here for at least 1 minute 30 seconds.
That's a nice win rate.
90% over the Game Talents here.
Yeah, look, pretty big. You can't complain with a win rate like that?
No. You'd be happy.
And we'll say that we have to quickly observe if there's going to be lane swaps or anything standard at the moment, and why.
Well, we just took a look at the Keystone Masteries there, so we wait to see if there are any lane swaps, but there shouldn't be. And, you know, nothing too surprising. Just further battle on Fizz, which is becoming a little bit more of a standard here.
And I am all for standard lanes. The reason being is the Gragas and Rek'Sai can meet each other
Well,
a lot.
Gonna get those standard lanes. Surprisingly, though, Deft and Meiko do not go for their cheeky level 1 strategy of hiding inside of the bush deep into the bottom lane. In fact, opting to take 1 Krug on his own, Deft. And Meiko disrupting the camp being taken down by PentaQ and Savoki.
Yeah, to put him 1 minion closer to that level 2 spike for Deft in particular, and it might give them the edge in this lane. We'll see how they play this one out naturally. As Meiko was actually playing them for the fool and invading to try and stop them from taking the Gromp as well.
Well, successful in doing so. Deft already taking a little bit of damage from the empowered Karma Q coming out.
Lots of poke in this lane as well between a Lucian and a Karma. It's not the easiest of lanes to be an Ezreal in, but if things start to get bad, you can just use your Q.
Yep.
And last hit with that instead. And we'll see.
I actually see level 2 hit by Game Talent's bottom lane
Look at
first. He's taking away blue buff.
Yeah, that
away
man,
from
I
clearlove.
told you. When I say he invades,
Poor clearlove. He's like, I'm going bottom lane,
clearlove
guys.
doesn't need a blue buff. He's a Rek'Sai. I actually think that this is fine anyway. As far as Rek'Sais are concerned, Meiko being level 2 also, get that passive on, can jump to people.
Well, let's see if they go for it here. As a sped up, PentaQ is going to be able to run away, but good flash forward from clearlove's going to force 2 flashes coming out. Savoki, first blood, actually going to be taken down by Deft there. Meanwhile, wushuang is looking to try and take down the mid lane. Azir's going to have to flash over the wall. They are able to trade flashes here, but clearlove definitely got the better end of that.
Yeah, 100%. Major differences between these two ganks. The first one being a kill, and 3 summoner spells burn. The exhaust for no particular reason was not used by Savoki, so he dies. And the mid lane, simply a summoner spell means a net gain of a large amount for EDG. And right on the board is Deft with that kill. Of all recipients, that's picture perfect for EDG with that gank and that execution. The smallest detail as well being that Meiko didn't throw his Q. He jumped and then auto-attacked and then hit the Q to stun the target so that he got 2 procs up instead of just throwing 1 out.
You know, big thing for this EDG bottom lane is what we talked about throughout their sets against Invictus Gaming is the fact that a lot of the power has always been put towards Deft and Meiko. Spawn calls it the best bottom lane in the world. And they're living up to that hype quite nicely as well, performing fantastically.
It's such a big statement to make as well.
a lot of people feel that right now bottom lane is probably the weakest lane in the current meta.
Does that make him the best of the worst fish? Does it? I think Deft has shown a unique capability to carry whilst being in what is the least impactful role, which is very surprising to see. I think that's what actually separates him perhaps from, like, even in the LPL, I would call them the best bottom lane, and that's comparing them to Uzi and Mada. I think simply because Uzi wants to carry. He has a mentality that it's very hard to get rid of. I think Deft has the capability to backseat.
For now, though, he doesn't have to do just that, as he's already in a very decisive lane here against PentaQ and Savoki. They haven't gone back to base just yet, so no power trough for the Ezreal. Once he picks up his tier, that will be in effect for PentaQ. For now, they're going to take a look at the mid lane. No major items being picked up just yet. Azir just went back to base, picked up a Doran's Ring and a dagger for himself, so auto-attacking a little bit faster.
Yeah, they both had their first recalls, though, and Republic kept his teleport. So that, to me, signals that they don't want to use him as just a mid lane tool. They want to actually have him work around the map, and the way that wushuang's positioning right now.
He's going for wushuang.
He's in.
Right behind EDG. Meiko actually going to get locked down here. Lots of damage being put on towards the support. He's actually going to be able to flash away. As immediately, deft looking to try and put some damage back down towards PentaQ.
Yeah, they're due for a recall here for the bottom lane of EDG, so deft's aggressiveness actually cost him the entire mana pool that he has. So not respecting too much. Wushuang definitely not going to leave. That would be silly. Meiko is in a world of trouble.
He's waiting. He knows that this wasn't water. In fact, a teleport's going to be coming down. Let's see who this is from. It looks like it's going to be the Fizz coming down. They're already looking to try and fight for this one. Another teleport's coming out from GameTalents. They're able to take down PentaQ. He's able to take down deft. Sorry, Meiko will fall to GimGoon here. And suddenly, Mouse is going to get taken down as well. GameTalents find 3 kills for themselves in the bottom lane.
Republic almost dying on the back end is the closest thing that EDG got to a trade. Mouse teleporting at level 5 to GimGoon's level 6 is just not the right decision. That was absolutely a disaster for EDG. And it was a predictable disaster. They dove, they got a lot of damage, and then they threatened with their positioning. They pushed in, but that wave was so juicy that EDG did not want to abandon it. And instead, they dragged their top laner down with them for that greed.
Well, you can already see the difference between wushuang and clearlove here. You know, we thought we had dark clearlove at the start, the double knockout coming in from his flash in the bottom lane, gets the kill, and he's like, okay, I've got a kill for bottom lane, I can go farm now. wushuang's like, no, I got a flash, I'm going back in again, get my whole team down there, we can just kill everyone. This is a very aggressive game talent.
Definitely is, but it's the right move. And they give it to EDG early. And whilst there's strength available between wushuang and the rest of his team aggressively diving, I think EDG is still content with this.
I think saving grace for EDG especially is the fact that the gold lead is still completely even between GameTalents and EDG despite the triple kill bot lane.
Yeah, well, deft is farming well. Mid lane's ahead in farm. Jungle is ahead. And top lane is still even, all things considered. You couldn't complain, but it's still signs of a very positive start here.
And this is something we didn't expect out of GameTalents coming into the split of the LPL. You know, the hybrid between EPA and Masters 3. Putting in some work towards the top teams here in the LPL. They've only fallen to Invictus Gaming so far.
He's always looking for more. wushuang, always looking for more.
He hasn't gone back to base. wushuang is still up in this top lane,
Mouse
waiting.
just ticked 6 though, so killing him,
Difficult.
a lot harder.
clearlove now was able to give his blue buff away to Scout in the mid lane. So is he going to be able to, you know, regenerate his mana a little bit quicker? There's extra cooldown reduction and ability power. clearlove immediately moves on towards wushuang's side of the jungle, takes a few of the raptor camps away.
We're content with just farming here, EDG, from the looks of it. They don't need to push too aggressively, and yeah, maybe the first kills went over to GameTalents. Doesn't actually give them control of the map any further. Realistically, they're just content with where they are. Let deft win harder. Let clearlove farm harder. And just keep top even. You would say this is definitely still favoring them in the slow style of game. Win the map.
Deft ducking into fog of war there before throwing out the true shot barrage. Able to clip, put PentaQ there. Puts a little bit of damage down towards the Lucian.
Junglers are about to say hello.
This red buff, as clearlove, will be able to find him there. Spots him out with the tremor sense. Red buff doesn't want to fight him, and so goes back towards his pit full health. wushuang now.
Oh!
Okay.
Okay, so Scout was expecting the flash body slam. That was the assumption there. And that's the only reason he threw the Emperor's Divide, because if wushuang flashed and body slammed, he was under the turret tanking it. On the flip side, and the very quirky interaction between that, is he stopped to ult and dodged the cask by stopping to throw the ultimate. So they cancelled each other out. Nobody wins.
wushuang now looking to try and take down clearlove, who's able to take the blue buff away from GameTalents jungler.
That was one of the cuter series of interactions that I think I've accidentally watched work for Scout.
Well,
He just did the whole position juke.
this is why he's a pro player, you know, calculated, you could say.
He outthought his opponent. No, wushuang did have the right idea as well.
Yep.
In a perfect world, it would have still worked for both of these guys.
I don't know, this feels like the perfect world. That was pretty nice to watch. This clearlove is trying to take away an ocean dragon now. First dragon of the game spawning. Not going to be contested at all by GameTalents. Opts to just take it down by himself behind the back of the pit. The next dragon to spawn will be the Infernal Dragon.
Yeah, so we have a water and fire now. going to be seen. The early Ocean also very important. Remember, tier stacking Ezreal when he's not in combat. We'll get that mana regeneration. That's nice. We've got the mid laners as well. Scout uses a lot of mana.
You can see what he's gone back to base to pick up already. Ezreal immediately getting the tier Sheen, so in not that bad of a deficit for his first back, just because he does have the combat stats of the Sheen there.
Yeah, no, he had a great first back with that Sheen being involved with it. Can get even more now. And what was a good first back means he's going to be harder to kill from here on out. In terms of item selection, Deft actually going the utility route though. And I don't blame him. It is a Ghost Blade build on the opposite side.
Opting to complete his Iceborne Gauntlet first. Yep, Lucian going for the Korean Lucian build of Yomu's Ghostblade Black Cleaver. Trying to pick that one up as early as possible. We can take a look at the mid lane. Stinger already been completed by the Azir.
Always looking for more.
Wushuang. He's going to get spotted out.
He is proactive to a fault. I would liken him to an SOFM that is not as greedy.
Okay.
But SOFM has the team to absolutely make that work.
So Wushuang's the lone wolf, the one-man show.
He is, actually.
He's been doing well so far on the side of game talents. Not just in this game, but game talents in general have been thriving with him. You can actually take a look at the gold lead that has actually surfaced. EDG, their gold lead got neutralized after the triple kill bottom lane, and now they're 1,000 gold ahead once again, just through passive farming alone.
Cool, calm, collected. Just establish that lead further. The difference between junglers is massive and noteworthy. AD carries are back to even, surprisingly, but the mid lane one has continued to stretch.
Yep, for a 30 CS advantage for scouts in the mid lane on Azir.
clearlove. That guy, he knows what he wants.
That is his red buff. He's going to be able to take that one away from Wushuang, who's looking to try and take EDGs, Deft and meiko, clear the Krog camp.
The interesting thing here is that they're still threatening a dive on the bottom lane. Clearlove's not nearby, and all of his tunnels have been cleared. So he can't get there. They've got a teleport in the middle lane and the top lane, so they could be a 5-man strong dive onto EDG.
They've got some wards down in the bottom lane as well as
But look at the respect.
Trying to cut his way through the jungle to get down there. Clearlove and Scout immediately trying to go down as one. They actually find Republic, knock him up with the Rek'Sai. Going to be able to take it down. Clearlove finds a kill for himself.
Easy lockdown, but here's the flip side to this coin.
Wushuang going rather aggressive there. Takes a little bit of damage in return.
Yeah, GimGoon still has his teleport. Once again, we're looking at what was proactive from Republic, not out of necessity, out of proactivity. He actually has a teleport, but instead walks himself into Clearlove and Scout. And now that lead in the middle lane grows. Ever performing. Scout.
That mid lane turret is going to get taken down, but promptly traded by Game Talents to take down the bottom lane outer turret as well. So trade and objectives taking place on the map.
And funnily enough, that bottom lane outer didn't have to be let go. ADG, but they don't have enough vision to consolidate. Wushuang spent a lot of time controlling that with Savoki near the bottom lane, so they have to concede. Even now, they are standing too deep. Just because you can see the vision there from GT has a complete surround on them. They don't know if they're safe, they're assuming they're safe. And they are. They just don't know it.
But now the assumption is working in their favor. GimGoon wants their back to base. Mouse does not want that to happen. Stops him with the pillar. Wushuang still continues to clear out the tunnels wherever he can find them in game tones. Actually setting their AD carry up to the top lane. Clearlove is trying to take away this blue buff. Instead, here comes Scout. They're going to jump on top of Wushuang. They take him down. Scout picks up that kill.
And the blue buff at the exact same time. Scout is going off right now, and Clearlove is 2 steps ahead of Wushuang pretty much at every moment. Not only was he at the blue buff, he actually had it hidden in the brush, so there was no vision available for Wushuang. Face checks trying to clear tunnels, and goes down. EDG matching and besting at nearly every step. As this is risky, Mr. Clearlove.
There's the Chum the Waters coming out on top of the Rek'Sai. Damage amplification coming out for the Fizz. They put lots of damage down back with the Cowstorm, but Scout finds a kill. Flash forward from Clearlove. He picks up another as it's going to go over towards Mouse this time round.
And from this point onwards, let it be known that Clearlove will not die. Because that guy is so tanky, and he is now fed. Which means he's going to be even tankier. Scout is huge. That damage is going to increase ridiculous amounts, and EDG They are so on point right now.
I don't even know which clearlove is playing today, if it's light or dark, because he's playing out of his mind so far in this series. Knows when to farm, knows when to kill people.
He's just beating wushuang at his own game. He's challenging him every single time. He's always there.
And it's not like wushuang hasn't got anything out of this. He got triple kill bottom lane. He's been putting massive amount of pressure elsewhere on the map. Just, you know, a little bit too greedy, like you mentioned earlier.
And I feel like credit's definitely deserving to clearlove, but we also need to address the middle lane because that's where the real discrepancies actually ended up.
Yep, Scout, 40 CS ahead at the moment.
Insane, honestly. That lead it was basically there organically and then just came out further through kills.
Yeah, and Scout's been on the back of clearlove. Every time clearlove hits the go button, Scout is always there to help him out. It's going to be the Infernal Drake spawning here, and clearlove already working to try and take this one down for his team.
He's by himself, and the Gragas is inspecting the area. He's kind of playing it cool.
He's actually now going to try and fight wushuang. Goes over the pit with the tunnel.
2 levels ahead, by the way. wushuang level 9. That's the big difference.
Level 11 Rek'Sai to 9. Not great. clearlove takes away his own red buff, opting to just clear out the rest of his jungle before trying to go back towards the Dragon Pit. So you take a look quickly, you know, we saw a lane swap coming in
top.
from Game Talents up to this top lane.
Meiko could be in trouble.
Puts down the shield, flash forward coming in from Savoki, trying to lock him down. There's the ultimate coming out of Braum to lock up Republic as well. That's
Okay,
2 flashes going to go forward by Game Talents.
Yeah, and it doesn't work out. In fact, EDG basically out-trade them. And then meanwhile, the Infernal Drake ready to be done by Scout and clearlove. We said always one step ahead, but this cerebral game of League of Legends is well and truly outthinking Game Talents.
And it's put EDG 4,000 gold ahead as well, just 17 minutes of the game. Naturally and passively finding advantages wherever they can on the map. wushuang now getting counter-jungled by clearlove. Does manage to take the wolf camp away though.
This feels like a game of class, honestly, from EDG, and it's impressive to watch unfold. We did just watch a bottom-of-the-table match between Newbie and Saint, and we're now watching the best team in that exact same group dismantling their opponents. At 17 minutes in, the gold lead is starting to stretch.
Big gold lead, 4,000 at the moment for EDG. They're looking really strong, and I've been trying to touch on this lane a few times, but people just want to keep fighting up here. Because Game Talents, they initiated the spot. They sent PentaQ and Savoki up to the top lane first. And it was matched by deft and meiko, and deft and meiko are the ones that are able to take down the turret.
Yeah, surprisingly large spike of that Iceborne Gauntlet as well. And the weird part about it, the only reason they can take that objective is because Republic roamed up. Savoki used summoner spells to try and ensure a kill. That kill was not ensured. The opposite happened. And from that, the lead grows further. They get the Infernal Drake at the exact same time. And ultimately, Game Talents have been their own undoing. But it's the fact that it is being capitalized on 100% of the time that makes this game so cool.
We have to see if they can continue capitalizing on it. But this game has been rather interesting, and it's not like Game Talents are playing bad. I feel like they're playing good so far. EDG are just playing great.
210 CS at 19 minutes, only going up to the 157. Somehow a CS lead for the Trundle after dying bottom and giving the kill to GimGoon. Lots of praise to be seen.
EDG playing really well, playing like the classy team they are. Sitting at the top of Group A right now, and they look to continue doing just that by the end of Week 3 if they continue this impressive performance against Game Talents. No, it's only Game 1.
Yeah, by no means does this mean the Game Talents are out of the game or even the series. It just means that they're already fighting an uphill battle that they dug themselves into.
Now it's a little bit of a lull between these two teams, as once again Game Talents, EDG have found another goal lead for themselves, so increase that goal lead to 5,000 now.
Bleed them out. That's the name of the game.
Baron will be spawning in 10 seconds, so a major objective will be back on the map for EDG.
They are a Baron team.
Dragon should be coming back up in about 3 minutes, I feel. GimGoon now takes a few mystic shots to the face. Doesn't do any damage, just Mouse just clobbers down that turret really quickly. That's a fast Trundle, way too fast than it should be.
The frozen domain's pretty absurd with Trundle, isn't it?
Smack, smack, smack.
But yeah, they're putting pressure now down under this bottom lane. Mid broken, top pushing. About to see Republic up there, thankfully. He has teleport. But this pressure should not really alleviate anytime soon. unless they go for another objective or decide that they can't push any further. But clearlove, again,
He wants this blue.
for everything they're worth, he will try.
Doesn't get it. wushuang's able to take it away. We can see Deft was trying to pick it up with his true shot barrage.
Yeah, no smite for clearlove either.
Unlucky. Leashes it well for wushuang instead.
Just take the mid lane farm instead, clearlove. That's what you get, I guess.
Really seems like EDG's focal point next is bottom lane outer turret. They already have a very strong bottom lane with the only brutal lucidity, mana immune, and iceborne gauntlet complete. Whereas Lucian, still looking towards his black cleaver to complete his Korean Lucian build.
Yeah, he's not Ezreal, but definitely still the Korean build for PentaQ on the Lucian. Well done. GimGoon actually being a big tank has kind of thwarted the push on the bottom lane also.
Okay.
Deft is trying his best, but he can't poke him out. He just outright cannot.
We saw that, the couple of mystic shots not hurting him that
They tickle.
much. Tickle.
Speaking of tickle, I guarantee that clearlove will get tickled by everything.
He's looking to try and take down GimGoon. Pops out a playful Strixer. He's able to get away. Poor clearlove, not able to find the gank he was looking for.
Playing around the numbers game though. Of course, vision now being established on the bottom side of the map, signaling the dragon is up soon. You can see that on your top left of your screen. It definitely is up soon. That turret's 100% going to start going down.
Smout's going to get caught out here by wushuang and Savoki, but he doesn't really care.
Yeah, caught out's very relative. He's actually in between two of his turrets. They're just looking for the objectives, and the trade is actually here, so well done from Game Talents to be in the right place.
So they do trade those turrets successfully, but it's still a turret lead for EDG, so they just, slow the bleeding down a little bit for now.
Once again, we can see the problem, and it's Scout.
This gold lead is just growing for the EDG lineup. They're now 6,000 gold ahead. They were 5,000 gold a minute ago. Nothing's happened. Flash over the wall from
Interesting.
clearlove. There was a tunnel there.
Nah, it was challenging.
Okay.
I don't think that he was going to die either, but he did flash out of respect. There's a Spirit Visage. Cinder Hulk.
That
Sightstone.
the CS deficit between clearlove and wushuang is just increasing even further. He's 30 CS up now, 35 almost.
And his challenging blue buff is going from blue to red buff. Everything that the junglers get is either wushuang's, clearlove's, or nobody's. At this stage, they are forcing him to smite these objectives.
Really showing the conflict of styles here. They both are very dominant, very aggressive junglers.
Even the movement to raptors instead. Like, red buff's up now. Clearlove forces him to take his own raptors. And just, shrugs off Republic's existence.
Like, go away! Stop! Stop it!
I was farming here.
You see the cheeky attempt coming in from Deft there with the True Shot Barrage trying to steal away. The second Infernal Dragon, though, has spawned, and clearlove is looking to try and take down the third dragon for his team. These are starting to add up quite nicely for EDG.
Yeah, and I mean, we tunneled on clearlove, but we have to remember that meiko and deft have set this up. They spend a bit of time clearing waves, getting vision, ready to go because it is an infernal. That was important to them. And just like that, 2 on the board. With the ocean at 23 minutes. This is so clean cut.
And they still have a good goal lead for themselves, and they're just continuing to take objective after objective and slowly bleed out game talent, suffocate them from all the resources on their side of the map as well. There's more jungle camps in EDG's jungle, but clearlove is still opting to stay in game talent side of the map. Get the 2-for-1 trade, pick up the gold for yourself, deny it from your opposition.
Yeah. And in true EDG fashion, you'll probably see them switch their attention towards Baron. They love it so dearly. It would be no surprise to see them go for this. Azir, very quick at taking it down. They won't have Blade of the Ruin King, though.
You can already see Ezreal opting to go for the Last Whisper as his first item. Trying to probably deal with the tankiness of this Gragas and Fizz first.
Are the Banshees for Scout? Yeah. They don't want to die. They know they have a lead. They want to just keep it up. Tanks, when they're ahead, stay ahead. So,
Spectre's Cow coming out from Scout. Then it's a build on Azir we've seen a little bit during the spring split.
It was mostly way less, though. We'd go for that one. Known as many names, LGD's former mid laner.
Now we see a lot more Azirs opt to go for the Negatron Cloak and just sit on that item instead, get the extra health from the Ryze, which he already has. Since that's been changed, a lot more mid laners have been picking that item up. The slow is rather effective, as you can see there.
clearlove took a lot of damage there, though. Absolutely. I bet he's feeling that one.
Hurts.
Oh, yeah.
His rage bar went down to 10%.
Yeah.
As another blue buff, this time actually being taken away by Mouse, controlling that one for Scout. EDG just control. Game Talent's jungle.
Yeah, the name of the game is control, and it's slow, assured victory. Honestly, it's impressive to watch because every single movement that they make is controlled and decisive. We are still seeing like really valiant and defiant attempts at trades from Game Talents. They should be able to give a blue buff over to Viktor. And that's nice. Republic wants that one.
This feels like a very stark contrast to the last game, because the last game was like, who is not performing well in this match? This game, it's Game Talents. Yeah, Game Talents and EDG are both performing great. Just EDG are performing a lot better than Game Talents right now.
It's crisp.
I don't think there are many mistakes made by either side just yet. You could name a couple on Game Talents. EDG so far playing fantastically.
And I like the focus on the red and blue buffs in particular, though, as like must-haves. They are surprisingly important features.
This Republic takes a lot of damage there from Deft and Scout. Chunks him down to about 300 health. Is wushuang just going to be clearlove? They're going to fight it out.
Oh, get him. Yeah.
That's a lot of damage, guys.
Good fight. High five.
This turret is going to fall down in favor of EDG, making them 4 turrets to 2 in this game and increase their goldie to 7,000 gold up against the Game Talents. If you told me this, if you covered the scores and told me this was a 7,000 gold deficit right now, I would not believe you. Game Talents look still well and truly in this game.
No, they don't look out of the game. I still think that like the end result is just farm. And you have to think about where that money is actually placed on the side of EDG. And at the moment, there's a big gold advantage right now going to Mouse. And that's going to start to mount further and further into the Trundle's hands. Sooner or later, he'll be able to 1v1. He's kind of respecting right now. But once that's a thing, EDG have more than one win condition. It's not just objective control and picks. They can split push.
Scouts as well. He's got a nice advantage for himself. We mentioned earlier, you know, now he's 40 CS up, ahead of Republic. Has 2 kills and 2 assists as well. And he's been performing really well with clearlove, and their synergy has been quite nice in this game.
Yeah, top laner Mouse has stepped up to the plate for EDG, even just in the team in general. It's always nice to see him doing well against GimGoon. That not exactly a top laner to let you win. He will always try and challenge you, and you can see that right now. They're definitely still challenging each other as top laners.
And all of the questions about EDG coming into the summer split were around Mouse and Scout. Like, you know, clearlove, deft, meiko. We know these guys. They're the bread and butter of the team. It's the solo laners that stood out for EDG and the ones that held them together. Mouse and Scout were the questions. Like, okay, are they going to be good enough to do it? And then Koro and Pawn, they're still on the bench. They're still there if they need them, but they're playing really well.
Bit of poking.
Nothing's going to happen.
Nope. But it's great.
Unless a rogue Mystic Shot hits PentaQ, nobody's dying.
But it's so exciting because like, they hit each other a lot. It's great. we're still waiting once
Put
again.
him on Jarvan Pantheon.
Dragon number 4 for EDG is actually about to be up.
50 seconds.
Yeah, that's the thing that they want. Absolutely.
Wasn't able to catch what the next dragon's going to be. wushuang gets the steal. Well, the recovery, I should say. But no smite to take this red buff away. GimGoon's trying to take that one. clearlove is going to be able to smite that one down. That might actually start a fight between these two teams as GimGoon's on top of it. What a big body slam coming out, but immediately a good ultimate coming out from Scout there to separate the team. There's Chub the Waters on top of meiko. Scout and Deft trying to kite backwards away from Republic, who's been exhausted. Finds the first kill towards Scout, but clearlove is on top of him, is able to take down the Viktor. Mouse is just trolling on people on the back lines with a Trundle, slapping them as much as he can to try and take them down. True Shot Barrage chunks out Savoki. The minions doing a lot of damage to the Lucian here. He's going to be able to live to tell the tale. But meanwhile, PentaQ eventually gets taken down by Dev. And Savoki and GimGoon are trying to run for their lives. Bracing are not going to connect. But there's the pillar. The chop is going to come out from Mouse. Gets him with the domain. And they're going to pick up 3 kills or 4 kills for themselves, only losing Scouts.
And what looked like they were in the perfect position for an Ocean Drake actually escalates far further towards the Baron. wushuang gets the ideal engage. And Azir kind of just tried to use it to dodge. PentaQ doesn't get in. That sucks. He is actually blocked off the entire time. And so Mouse is able to just run havoc. Deft does a very good job to survive as long as he does. Just sitting back, kiting, being Ezreal. And all of the focus was on killing Scout, so they pick their battles wisely. And this particular pick-off here onto PentaQ Not too sure if it was the minions or deft, because I thought deft was out of range.
Ding!
Yeah, the last minion actually picks him up. He was definitely, yeah, deft was definitely out of range. Well done from EDG. Get themselves a Baron.
Get a Baron and open this game wide up.
11,000.
11,000 gold ahead.
And a dragon.
And they're going to be able to get the 4th dragon of the game. So another Ocean Falls for EDG. That means that the next dragon is going to spawn is going to be the Elder Dragon to buff up the 4 that EDG already have.
And when it rains, it pours for EDG right now. Looking phenomenal, honestly.
And once again, I'm giving a lot of praise to EDG. They're playing well. Game Talents, they're not playing bad. That was a good fight for them. A couple of mistakes. wushuang with a great initiation. They're able to take down
You
Scout.
give over 2 Infernal Drakes and you're losing the map naturally as you already were.
Yep.
You'll find that it gets pretty hard to win a team fight.
Exactly.
The engage was great from wushuang. The follow-up was great from Republic as well. PentaQ was the one who wasn't able to get in. And even GimGoon hit the fish onto Meiko, who jumped next to Scout, as if it was to make things everything like a lot worse than it was.
And you saw PentaQ is trying to get over the terrain, didn't see the extra soldier just behind that wall.
Yet EDG win.
They're still going to be able to push in towards the space. EDG very commanding right now. 32 minutes into the game, 11-4 with 5 turrets to 2 and 4 dragons to done. Most importantly, is now the 12,000 gold lead you see on your screen.
Turret's being broken just straight up.
It's going down. Mouse is just charging in towards the base on this Trundle. Now working on towards the inhibitor here. They're going to be able to take this one down with ease and move towards the next objective.
Yeah, so they can just go middle now. clearlove's already got it set up. Currently fighting GimGoon.
They actually want to go for a fight here.
Right.
wushuang has been sped up. clearlove just backs out. This might actually start a fight for EDG as they're looking towards the members. wushuang uses his ultimate to try and stop them from advancing. EDG still looking to try and get in towards the base. No Gragas ultimate means that wushuang cannot just jump in at any time now.
But it also means that their engage is lacking, so this will probably just go down this wave.
And EDG looking to try and take it down, and deft going to flash forward, takes it in with an arcane shift. Sorry, now here's Scout jumping to backlines, delivers wushuang to the team, take it down by Mouse. They find another kill on towards GimGoon. That's the front line gone. EDG might just look towards the Nexus now.
This is the cleanest game from EDG that I have watched in a long time in League of Legends. What an impressive performance from this roster.
Dominating performance from the EDG lineup. clearlove goes in, knocks more people up, but it's not going to matter. That Nexus is going to fall down, and EDG with a clinical win over Game Talents in game number 1.
It couldn't, like, 6 people would not have been enough to take clearlove out. That was just a well-rounded, well-covered,
Yep.
simple League of Legends game.